Aaron joins us now for sports.
Very good morning to you, Rufai. You might need to, as that particular joke says, you might need to be calming down, as they always say. Good morning to you, Rufai, and good morning to you, Doctor. And I just want good morning to you. And let's get it started in the world of sports.
No poem today because Victoria Tundu MK Abiola is there.
All right, let's get it started.
Okay, do you have a poem for Adesua?
No,
unfortunately, no.
No poem.
Okay.
Okay, it's all right.
Okay, let's get it started in the English Premier League. It was a goal fest this past weekend, and quite a lot of goals actually came in the English Premier League, which actually started off with a bang with Liverpool, hitting the opponents for 7 in that particular game. No one actually saw that one coming. If they can actually, with the next slide, it actually shows Liverpool beating Crystal Palace by 7 in that particular fixture that actually ended 7-0 at the Selhurst Park. Manchester City could only score a solitary goal against Southampton. Everton against Arsenal ended 2-1 in the favour of Everton, beating Arsenal once again. Arsenal's shambolic start to the season continues, and it was even Stevens between Newcastle United and Fulham. Now, moving on to Sunday results. Yesterday, it was also shared scores between Brighton and Sheffield United, with Danny Welbeck getting the late goal for Brighton, and Spurs losing to Leicester City on the day in their stadium, and Manchester United running complete riot over Leeds United in a 6-2 victory, and West Bromwich Albion losing against Aston Villa 3-0. And moving away from that to the Spanish Premier Division, popularly known as the La Liga, Real Madrid now looking like the team that won the Spanish Premier Division last season, showing some consistency, I must say, with Karim Benzema on the day actually signaling his intent to be a Golden Boot winner at the end of the season, winning the Pichichi as they actually beat Eibar 3-1 convincing fashion. I must actually say Lucas Vazquez also in the mix, getting a goal, and the former Ballon d'Or winner Luka Modric also signaling his intention that age is nothing but a number. Now, looking at the other results that actually came in yesterday, the biggest of them is the fact that the shocker again for Barcelona will continue to bleed points, this time at the Camp Nou, as they were held to a 2-2 draw by the lost chair. Valencia 2-2 actually ended. We're expecting Barcelona to have risen to the occasion, but this season they seem to be lost at sea completely. Looking at the table from the Spanish Premier Division, it is the Madrid teams that are actually staking a claim for the title this season, with Atletico de Madrid and Real Madrid pulling away from the rest of the pack. Sociedad, who were on top of the league some 2 weeks ago, right now are beginning to play catch-up, as the milk would always rise to the top. As they always say, all the cream in the milk would always rise to the top. Barcelona in 5th position, Granada in 6th. All right, moving away from that quickly, let's actually bring this one in. Yes, this is Football Season Award. Also, we've had quite a lot of them, and the latest coming in is the Sports Personality of the Year that is being done or being conducted by the BBC. And yesterday, one man, which was not surprising for his phenomenal feat and his outstanding feat, he's a man mountain, he's a juggernaut in the racing track. Lewis Hamilton claiming the Sports Personality of the Year for the year 2020 for his phenomenal outing and actually equaling Michael Schumacher's record. And Jurgen Klopp also scooping the Coach of the Year award alongside Team of the Year award for their outstanding feat, winning the English Premier League for the first time in this Premier League era. We know they had actually won 13 before now. They actually made it 14. And that was the captain, Jordan Henderson there. He also was in line to actually win the Sports Personality of the Year, but Lewis Hamilton was more phenomenal in the year in view. And that meant that it was Lewis Hamilton taking the biggest gong on the night. He accepted it in his luxurious home because of COVID-19 restrictions. They had to make most of it virtual, and it was quite an exciting watch, I must say. And moving on to, let's bring it down here to Nigeria. And here in Nigeria, Daniel the Bull Mokachi, ex-Super Eagles star, ex-assistant coach of the Super Eagles, has hit out on the talk that Gernot has a $2 million compensation plan if he gets fired. Now, put into context, when Gernot signed his initial contract in 2016, he was to earn $40,000 every month. And right now, with the review that actually happened some months ago, they actually bumped that particular pay package to $60,000. And Daniel Debolo-Mokachi, who was assistant under the late Stephen Okechukwu-Keshi, has said, we didn't enjoy this because I know that Stephen Keshi's contract meant that he earned 5 million naira every single month, and it was even consistent. And ultimately, he's saying that Sunday Olise did not enjoy this also. That why are we giving a foreigner who has not even done as much as Sunday Ogochukwu Olise or Stephen Okechukwu-Keshi, who is arguably Nigeria's most successful coach till date, a lot of preference? And at the moment, it has actually gathered a lot of reactions. Nigerians are not entirely happy that Gernot Rohr, who people still are not satisfied with his tactical ilk, is still being given this preferential treatment. Before I come to you guys quickly, one man, Cristiano Ronaldo, once again distinguished himself and making sure that age is nothing but a number, as he has taken the tally up for the 35-year-old. He has scored 33 goals. He scored 3 goals yesterday, a brace for himself, which meant that he actually has the record and beat the record of the highest goal scorer for the first player right now in 59 years to score 33 goals in a calendar year in that win against Parma. You look at that and put it into context. Ronaldo has dominated most leagues he's gone to. In England, he dominated, still being the only man who has ever won the FIFA Ballon d'Or as a player playing in England. He went to Spain, dominated Spain. Now he's in Italy, and he's still shattering records at 35. In February, he will be 36, and it's unheard of that players at that age are still that dominant in football. But that is a man, that is a myth, and even a legend, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Well, excellent report. But you are talking about Ronaldo. But as you were talking about Ronaldo, I was thinking of Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi, a few days ago, we were told, has been able to beat Pele's record, 643 goals, right? Yeah. For a club. But
going on to beat that particular record right now.
Well, just wait a moment. Yeah. But there was a controversy about who is greater between between Messi and Pele, because it was said that Pele, most of those goals were for friendlies rather than for important tournaments. I would like you to comment on that, because we're dealing with history. And then Mohamed Salah. There's this talk about Mohamed Salah being
unhappy at Liverpool,
fed up with Liverpool, and is likely to leave. So where is he likely to go? Is Liverpool likely to sell him to Real Madrid or to Barcelona? And then as for Amokachi, we've been very critical of the Super Eagles coach, Gernot Rohr, coaching the Super Eagles from somewhere in Europe and not being attentive. So what are your thoughts on Amokachi's position with regard to this coach? And is it possible to crash the contract midstream, or we are just helpless, we need to see the contract through?
All right, starting off from the Lionel Messi Pele issue, looking at that closely, I think when you try to put players side by side with each other, since they are coming from two generations and sports especially always evolves, it's always good to just put them in their own generation. Lionel Messi is one of the greatest, and I think he's side by side with Cristiano Ronaldo in this particular generation. Pele, without a doubt, was the most outstanding player in his own generation. And then we have the Diego Armando Maradona, who also was outstanding and the best player in his own generation. Now, to pick the best of all time, it's extremely difficult. And it's almost an uphill task that can never be done, because what are the yardsticks? And that will just water it down. Now, preference would always play into it. Styles will always play into it. Some prefer Ronaldo, some prefer Lionel Messi. Some that watch Diego Armando Maradona said he was a beast in the field. Some that watch Pelé, I didn't watch Pelé. Some say he was unplayable. So you look at all that, and it's just down to semantics, if you'd ask me. Now, coming to Gernot Rohr's issue. Now, a lot of people are very, very worried that that compensation plan is going to put the Nigerian Football Federation in a tight spot. That means if he gets fired, he will be compensated to the tune of 2 million. And the question is this: does the Nigerian Football Federation right now have $2 million to part away with? At this very point in time, the big answer is no. And that means they're stuck with this man till his contract finishes.
But who do you blame here? Do you blame Gernot, who signed a contract and his bargaining power? Or you blame the Nigerian Football Federation, who openly signed such a contract when they couldn't afford it? I don't think that the blame should be put at the doorstep of Gernot here. And talk about Lewis Hamilton. He keeps winning.
Hamilton I think he's a serial winner at this point. And I love him for that. He's a great, although he's been able to shed off that bad boy image and focus on racing. I love him for that. And he will keep on winning provided he stays with Mercedes, he'll keep on winning for the next 2-3 years. Now, coming to Gernot's contract. The unfortunate thing about Gernot's contract is this: the Nigerian Football Federation, I do not understand whether they were boxed to a corner or they felt pressured to give Gernot a contract. But they felt that, because one thing Gernot has done that we should not take for granted is the fact that Gernot has made qualifying for tournaments extremely easy. In the history of Nigerian football, Gernot took us to 2 tournaments without us having to punch calculators or do any kind of permutations, and that was one thing he did. Maybe it was on that back that a lot of faith was thrown behind him. But aside that, Gernot has been average at best.
Well, Aaron, will Liverpool sell Salah? Mohamed Salah?
I think they should at this point. No player should stay in the club forever. When that happens for a long time, what is happening between Lionel Messi and Barcelona will play out. They should sell him if he wants to go to Real Madrid, if he wants to go to Barcelona to look for greener pasture. I wish him all the best, and I think he should go. Liverpool have shown that they can sell players and still maintain it. They sold a particular Michael Owen, and the next season, Steven Gerrard and the gang were winning the UEFA Champions League. And you look at it, they sold Luis Suarez, and look at where they are right now. They are dominating football.
I mean, yeah, but it's not fair to compare how long Messi has stayed and how long Salah has stayed in Liverpool. I mean, if Salah wants to go to Real Madrid and make some money, he should make some money. But Aaron, remember when Amadou Pinnick, the president of the NFF, was saying boldly that they had boxed Rohr into a corner concerning the contracts, and they had done everything necessary that he would do what they ought to do. It's just very shocking that with all the mouth they were making then in Nigerian Palace, this is what Rohr did to them. Thanks, Aaron. We need to go. I appreciate you.